Hi there. If you're listening to this, you've taken a moment for yourself, a moment to breathe slower, to let your thoughts unwind, and to allow your body to settle into a softer, quieter place. For the next while, I'll be sharing calm, gentle facts that give your mind something comforting to focus on as you drift towards sleep. You don't need to stay awake or pay close attention. Just let my voice guide you into rest, like a warm breeze passing through an open window. Take a slow breath in, hold it gently, and let it fall out. Let go of whatever came before this moment. You're safe here. Let's begin. Fact 1. Sea otters hold hands while they sleep so they don't drift apart, often floating in large groups called rafts that can include dozens or even hundreds of otters all linked together. They wrap themselves in kelp to anchor their bodies and gently sway with the tide. This simple act is their way of staying connected, showing affection, and keeping each other safe in the vastness of the ocean. The image of them drifting peacefully on the water is a reminder that even in a big world, we all look for comfort in each other. Fact 2. Clouds may seem weightless, soft, and airy, yet a single cloud can weigh several million pounds. That weight comes from countless tiny droplets of water suspended together, high in the sky. They float only because the air underneath them is heavier. In a way, clouds teach us that something can be incredibly heavy and still float effortlessly, still drift gently, and still look peaceful. Even things that carry great weight can move quietly through the world. Fact 3. Sloths can hold their breath underwater for up to 40 minutes, thanks to an ability to slow their heart rate to a tiny fraction of its normal speed. Their entire body moves in slow motion, conserving energy and avoiding unnecessary stress. Even their digestive system works slowly, taking days to process a single meal. Their lifestyle is a reminder that life doesn't always have to be rushed. Sometimes the slowest pace is the most peaceful one. Fact 4. Bananas are technically berries, while strawberries, surprisingly, are not. This strange botanical twist comes from how their seeds develop. Bananas grow from a single ovary within a flower, making them true berries, while strawberries grow from multiple ovaries, placing them in another category entirely. It's a quiet little reminder that everyday things often have stories behind them that we never think about, and that nature doesn't always follow our assumptions. Fact 5. When you dream, your brain becomes nearly as active as it is when you're awake, working through emotions, memories, and ideas in ways that feel abstract and fluid. Dreams are your mind's way of untangling thoughts, healing from stress, and exploring things you didn't have time to process during the day. Even a strange or confusing dreams serve a purpose, quietly reorganizing your mental world. While you sleep, your brain is gently sorting the pieces of your life, helping you wake up lighter. Fact 6. There are more trees on Earth than there are stars visible in the Milky Way, with an estimated 3 trillion trees standing across forests, mountains, and plains. Each one plays a role in maintaining life, releasing oxygen, anchoring soil, and sheltering countless living creatures. Even the quietest forests are alive with microscopic exchanges, and hidden communication between roots. Trees stand as reminders of patience, endurance, and steady growth. Things that happen slowly, silently, and continuously. Fact 7. Sharks existed hundreds of millions of years before trees ever appeared, swimming through ancient oceans long before land had forests or animals like birds and mammals. They have survived multiple mass extinctions and evolved into remarkably efficient swimmers. Despite their reputation, most sharks are gentle creatures that glide through the water with calm, deliberate movements, contributing to the balance of ocean ecosystems. Their presence is a reminder of how ancient and enduring life on Earth can be. Fact 8. Some cats are allergic to humans, reacting to our skin cells just as some people are allergic to pet dander. Although it's rare, certain cats may develop sneezing, itching, or watery eyes from the presence of human allergens. It shows that sensitivity isn't one-sided. Even animals can have delicate reactions to the world around them. It's a gentle reminder that every living thing, no matter how independent, has its own vulnerabilities. Fact 9. If you could fold a simple sheet of paper 42 times, the stacked thickness would reach all the way to the moon. This happens because each fold doubles its thickness, creating exponential growth. While physically folding paper that many times is impossible, the math reminds us how quickly small changes can multiply into something enormous. It's a quiet demonstration that big results often come from tiny steps repeated over time. Fact 10. Your heartbeat naturally synchronizes to the rhythm of the music you hear, adjusting its pace to match slower or faster songs. When you listen to calm music, your heart slows down, your breath softens, and your body begins to relax without effort. This natural response helps explain why music can feel comforting when you're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. Your body wants to follow soothing rhythms toward rest. Fact 11. The Eiffel Tower becomes slightly taller in summer because the metal expands in the warmth, rising by several inches as temperatures climb. As the heat fades in winter, it gently contracts back to its original height. This quiet transformation happens slowly, so gradually that no one notices, yet the tower breathes with the seasons just like living things do. Even structures made of iron respond to their environment in soft, subtle ways. Fact 12. Cows form deep friendships with specific members of their herd, preferring to rest, graze, and travel alongside their closest companions. When separated, they show signs of stress, pacing, and calling out until reunited. Once together again, their heart rate lowers and their behavior calms. Their bonds remind us that connection brings comfort not just to humans, but to animals across the world. Fact 13. Octopuses have 3 hearts in blue blood, each heart serving a unique purpose. 2 hearts pump blood to the gills, while the third sends it through the rest of the body. When an octopus swims, the heart responsible for circulation actually pauses, which is why they prefer to glide rather than dart. Their bodies are designed for calm, slow motion, and their intelligence has evolved in the peaceful quiet of the ocean. Fact 14. Every snowflake forms a unique pattern based on the exact temperature, humidity, and path it takes as it falls. No 2 snowflakes have ever been found with the same shape, because each one experiences a different journey. The delicate lace-like structures are shaped by invisible conditions in the atmosphere, making every snowflake a tiny frozen story drifting toward the ground. Fact 15. If all the DNA in your body were stretched into a single line, it would reach from Earth to the sun and back more than 60 times. This astonishing amount of information fits inside your cells through perfectly coiled structures that organize, protect, and copy your genetic code. The vastness of this hidden structure shows how much of your body's complexity is quietly contained within you every moment. Fact 16. Some turtles can breathe through their tails using specialized tissues that allow oxygen to flow directly into their bloodstream. This ability helps them survive harsh winters underwater, barely moving and conserving their energy. They slow their metabolism to a near standstill, entering a peaceful, suspended state that allows them to wait out the cold until spring returns. Fact 17. Astronauts grow slightly taller in space because the lack of gravity allows the spine to stretch and decompress. Without the constant downward pull of Earth's gravity, the vertebrae separate just enough to add a few centimeters of height. When astronauts return home, gravity gently compresses their spine again, returning them to their previous height. It's a reminder of how adaptable the human body is, responding quietly to its environment. Fact 18. Honey never spoils because its natural composition is acidic, low in moisture, and filled with enzymes that prevent bacteria and microorganisms from growing. Archaeologists have discovered jars of honey in ancient tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still perfectly edible. Honey is one of the few foods that can outlast entire civilizations, remaining preserved through centuries of time. Fact 19. You are slightly taller in the morning because your spine decompresses while you sleep. During the day, gravity presses down on your vertebrae, gradually compressing them and reducing your height by a small amount. When you lie down at night, your body relaxes, releasing the pressure and allowing the spine to stretch again. This gentle expansion happens without you noticing, like a quiet reset that prepares you for the day ahead. Fact 20. Koalas have fingerprints so similar to humans that even forensic experts sometimes have difficulty telling them apart. Their prints include the same loops, whorls, and ridges that human fingerprints have. This unusual similarity serves no clear evolutionary purpose. It's simply one of nature's coincidences, showing how different species can share traits in unexpected ways. Fact 21. Sea turtles navigate across entire oceans using Earth's magnetic field, sensing subtle variations in magnetism like an internal compass. Even after decades spent traveling thousands of miles, they return to the exact stretch of beach where they were born, guided by a memory woven into their biology. Their journeys are long, patient, and steady, following invisible lines of energy around the planet. Fact 22. Iceland has no mosquitoes because the climate's unique cycle prevents them from completing their breeding process. Without the warm, stagnant water required for larvae to develop, mosquitoes simply never establish themselves. As a result, Iceland enjoys summers without buzzing or biting insects, creating unusually peaceful nights and quiet landscapes. Fact 23. Your stomach replaces its entire lining every few days to protect itself from the strong acids used to digest food. This renewal happens constantly, cell by cell, without any sensation or awareness on your part. Your body quietly defends and rebuilds itself in small, invisible ways, ensuring that delicate tissues stay healthy and functional. Fact 24. Butterflies taste with their feet, using tiny sensors that allow them to detect the chemical composition of plants as soon as they land. A butterfly can instantly tell whether a leaf is suitable for eating or laying eggs simply by standing on it. Their delicate legs hold a world of information, guiding them to the right places with every gentle step. Fact 25. Every time you shuffle a deck of cards, you almost certainly create an arrangement that has never existed before in the history of the universe. There are so many possible combinations, more than the number of atoms on Earth, that it's statistically unlikely for any two shuffles to ever match. This means each shuffle is unique, a tiny moment of originality in something as simple as mixing cards. Fact 26. Wombats produce cube-shaped droppings, a result of their intestines compacting waste into neat blocks. This unusual shape prevents the droppings from rolling away on uneven ground, helping wombats mark their territory more effectively. The cube formation happens naturally inside their body, showing how even digestive systems can evolve in surprising and unique ways. Fact 27. The jellyfish, known as Turritopsis dohrnii, can revert from its adult form back into a juvenile state when stressed or injured. This process allows it to restart its life cycle and potentially live indefinitely, earning it the name the immortal jellyfish. Though it can still die from predators or disease, its biological ability to reverse aging is one of nature's quiet marvels. Fact 28. When you look up at the night sky, the starlight you see has traveled across vast distances for thousands or even millions of years. Some of the stars may no longer exist, but their light continues to move through space until it reaches your eyes. When you gaze at the night sky, you are witnessing ancient history written in beams of light. Fact 29. A snail can sleep for up to 3 years when conditions become too dry or harsh, entering a deep state of dormancy called estivation. During this time, it seals itself inside its shell, conserving moisture and energy until the environment becomes safe again. This long rest is a survival strategy that allows snails to endure difficult seasons with remarkable patience. Fact 30. Humans give off a faint natural glow caused by metabolic reactions within the body. Although the light is far too dim for our eyes to detect, sensitive equipment can capture the subtle bioluminescence that surrounds us. It's a quiet reminder that there is more happening within us than we can see, and that our bodies hold small mysteries of their own. Fact 31. Fireflies use their glow not just for beauty, but for communication, flashing distinct patterns to attract mates or warn predators. Their gentle lights drift through fields and forests at night, orchestrating natural displays that look like floating stars. Each flash is produced by a chemical reaction inside their bodies, turning oxygen into radiance with delicate precision. Fact 32. Owls can twist their heads up to 270 degrees thanks to extra neck vertebrae and a specialized blood vessel system that keeps blood flowing even during extreme rotation. This allows them to see in nearly every direction without moving their bodies, giving them a quiet, ghost-like ability to watch the world from a still perch. Their movements are so smooth and silent that it's easy to forget how flexible they truly are. Fact 33. Hummingbirds have hearts that beat more than 1,000 times per minute when they are active, but at night they enter a deep resting state called torpor, where their heart rate slows dramatically. This helps conserve energy and keeps their tiny bodies warm through the cool nighttime air. Even such fast, vibrant creatures rely on periods of deep rest to survive. Fact 34. Many fish can change color to blend with their surroundings, reflecting light in ways that mimic rocks, coral, or open water. Their skin contains special cells called chromatophores that shift pigments like tiny mirrors. This natural camouflage is a graceful survival technique, allowing fish to move through their watery world unseen. Fact 35. The Mariana Trench is the deepest known place on Earth, plunging more than 36,000 feet below sea level. If Mount Everest were placed inside it, the peak would still be covered by more than a mile of water. The pressure at these depths is immense, and yet life still exists there. Creatures adapted to darkness and silence, living in one of the most hidden places on the planet. Fact 36. Dolphins sleep with only half their brain at a time so they can continue to swim and surface for air. One hemisphere rests, while the other remains alert, switching back and forth in a perfect rhythm of wakefulness and sleep. This unique form of rest allows them to survive in an environment where constant awareness is essential. Fact 37. Baby octopuses are born about the size of a grain of rice, tiny and translucent, already possessing the complex intelligence their species is known for. They drift through the water, learning through exploration and gentle reactions to their surroundings. Even at their smallest, they are curious and observant, beginning life with a remarkable sense of awareness. Fact 38. Pineapples take nearly 2 years to grow fully, developing slowly in warm climates under the sun. Each pineapple plant produces only one fruit at a time, concentrating all its energy into a single, sweet creation. Their slow growth reflects the idea that good things often take time, unfolding bit by bit until they are ready. Fact 39. In deserts, certain flowers can bloom overnight after a single rainfall. Seeds that have been dormant for years suddenly awaken, covering barren landscapes with bursts of color that last only a short time. These rare blooms transform harsh environments into breathtaking, delicate fields of life. A sudden reminder that beauty can emerge even in the toughest places. Fact 40. Rain carries a calming scent called petrichor, created by plant oils and soil compounds that rise into the air when raindrops hit the ground. This earthy aroma often signals renewal, reminding us of fresh beginnings and the cleansing power of nature. The gentle sound of rain and its soothing fragrance can help quiet the mind and bring a sense of peace. Fact 41. Cheetahs, despite their speed and power, cannot roar. Instead, they communicate with soft chirps, purrs, and gentle calls that sound surprisingly delicate for such agile animals. Their quiet voices reveal a tender side to their nature, contrasting with the fierce image often associated with them. Fact 42. Snowfall can be so silent that it feels like sound itself is being absorbed. Dense snowflakes trap and soften noises, blanketing entire landscapes in a peaceful hush. Walking through fresh snowfall can feel like entering a world where everything moves more slowly, wrapped in quiet stillness. Fact 43. Elephants can recognize themselves in mirrors, showing signs of self-awareness. such as touching parts of their bodies that they can only see in the reflection. They use their trunks to explore their appearance, demonstrating intelligence and consciousness often associated with humans. Their deep emotional lives extend to memory, grief, and even recognition of their own image. Fact 44. Some birds take micro naps while flying, resting in tiny bursts that last only seconds but accumulate into meaningful rest. These brief sleeps allow them to migrate long distances without landing, relying on instinct and environmental cues to stay on course even with their eyes partially closed. Fact 45. The Amazon rainforest creates its own rainfall by releasing moisture into the air through millions of trees. This cycle of evaporation and precipitation sustains the forest, making it one of the most self-sustaining ecosystems on Earth. The forest breathes, rains, and feeds itself in a continuous loop of renewal. Fact 46. Certain species of fish can produce small electric fields to navigate murky waters, communicate with others, or sense hidden prey. These electrical signals create an invisible map of their surroundings, helping them move with confidence through dark, dense environments. Their bodies act as both compass and radar, tuned to the world around them. Fact 47. Some sand dunes can sing, producing deep, humming vibrations when grains slide against each other. The sound can be heard from far away and can last for minutes, echoing like a natural instrument played by the wind. These singing dunes are rare and mysterious, forming nature's own quiet music in remote deserts. Fact 48. Clouds turn vivid shades of orange, pink, and gold during sunset because sunlight must travel through more of the atmosphere in the evening. The shorter blue wavelengths scatter away, leaving behind longer red and yellow tones. This scattering creates the warm, glowing skies that signal the end of the day and invite the world into rest. Fact 49. In extremely cold temperatures, your breath can freeze instantly when it leaves your mouth, forming tiny crystals that drift in the air. This phenomenon happens when warm moisture meets frigid air, blending warmth and cold in a delicate dance. The frozen breath sparkles briefly before fading. Fact 50. Young birds practice their songs in soft, imperfect melodies before mastering the full tune used in adulthood. These early attempts are like rehearsals, shaping their voice and learning the patterns passed down through their species. Even birds need time, practice, and patience to find their song. Fact 51. Forests communicate underground through vast networks of fungi that connect tree roots. Through these connections, trees can share nutrients, send warnings, and support younger seedlings struggling for light. This hidden communication system acts like a forest-wide web of cooperation, allowing trees to care for one another silently beneath the soil. Fact 52. When baby kangaroos are born, they are blind, hairless, and barely the size of a jelly bean. They instinctively climb into the mother's pouch using tiny, determined movements, where they continue to grow in warmth and safety. This early journey is small but vital, showing the instinctual drive to seek comfort and protection. Fact 53. Some frogs can freeze their bodies almost completely during winter, stopping their heartbeat and allowing ice to form in their organs. Yet in spring, they thaw and hop away unharmed, returning to life as if waking from a deep, dreamless sleep. Their survival strategy is one of nature's most incredible feats of resilience. Fact 54. Blue whales are the largest animals on Earth, with hearts heavy enough to weigh more than a small car. Despite their size, they glide through the ocean slowly and peacefully. Using long, gentle strokes of their tail, their low-frequency calls can travel for miles underwater, allowing them to communicate across vast distances. Fact 55. Starfish can regenerate lost limbs if injured, slowly rebuilding arms over months or years. Some species can even grow an entirely new body from just one severed limb. This ability allows them to recover from damage and adapt to the challenges of ocean life with quiet persistence. Fact 56. A snail's shell grows in a spiral pattern, expanding gradually as the snail grows. The spiral shape follows natural mathematical patterns found throughout nature, from galaxies to ocean waves. This gentle curve is both functional and beautiful, offering the snail protection while mirroring shapes seen in the universe. Fact 57. The sound of ocean waves naturally helps slow your heartbeat because the rhythm of the waves mimics the body's ideal breathing pattern. Listening to waves can calm the nervous system, reduce stress, and bring a sense of grounding. The ocean's rhythm acts like a gentle reminder to breathe deeply. Fact 58. In places with no outside noise, such as anechoic chambers, people can hear the sound of their own heartbeat, blood flowing, and even their joints moving. This complete silence is so unusual that most people find it unsettling after just a few minutes. The absence of sound reveals how much activity is always happening inside us. Fact 59. Bamboo is one of the fastest growing plants in the world, capable of growing several feet in a single day under ideal conditions. Its rapid growth makes it a sustainable resource for building, crafting, and feeding. Despite its speed, bamboo bends gracefully in the wind, symbolizing strength through flexibility. Fact 60. Humpback whales sing long, complex songs that can last for hours, repeating patterns of moans, cries, and rhythms that echo through the deep ocean. These songs are believed to play roles in communication, navigation, and courtship. The haunting melodies carry across long distances, making the ocean feel alive with sound. Fact 61. Some mushrooms emit a soft green glow at night through a chemical reaction similar to the one used by fireflies. This bioluminescence attracts insects that help spread the mushroom spores. Assisting its reproduction, the glow can be faint or surprisingly bright, giving forests an otherworldly appearance. Fact 62. The northern lights form when solar particles collide with the Earth's atmosphere, creating shifting curtains of green, blue, and purple light. These shimmering waves dance across the sky in quiet, luminous movements. Watching them can feel like witnessing the sky breathe. Fact 63. Butterflies retain memories from their caterpillar stage, showing that some of their brain connections survive metamorphosis. Even after completely transforming their bodies, they remember scents and experiences from their earlier life. Their continuity of memory hints at the mystery of how consciousness persists through change. Fact 64. Arctic foxes use the Earth's magnetic field to help locate hidden prey under deep snow. By tilting the head and listening carefully, they align themselves with magnetic cues, then leap high into the air and dive nose first into the snow. This instinctive technique is incredibly precise, allowing them to find food in harsh winters. Fact 65. Lava flowing into the ocean cools so quickly that it forms new land almost instantly. As the molten rock hardens, it creates black sand, rocky cliffs, and new coastlines. Over time, plants and animals move in, and entire ecosystems begin to grow from the cooled lava, showing how life rises from destruction. Fact 66. Penguins often bring their mate a pebble as a gift, using it to build a nest together. These pebbles are chosen carefully, and some penguins search long distances to find the perfect one. The act is a simple but meaningful gesture, symbolizing care and partnership. Fact 67. Deserts experience drastic temperature changes, with scorching days followed by freezing nights. Because the dry air holds little heat, warmth escapes quickly after sunset. This daily shift creates a rhythm of extremes, shaping the survival strategies of desert plants and animals. Fact 68. Coral reefs are made up of millions of tiny organisms called polyps that join together to create massive structures. Over generations, reefs grow into vibrant underwater cities, supporting countless species of fish, plants, and creatures. They are among the most biodiverse places on Earth. Fact 69. Some trees can live for thousands of years, standing silently through storms, droughts, fires, and human history. These ancient beings carry centuries within their rings, preserving memories of changing climates and passing seasons. They watch the world change slowly around them. Fact 70. Birds that migrate at night use the stars to navigate, memorizing constellations and relying on celestial patterns passed down through generations. Even when clouds obscure the sky, they use Earth's magnetic field as a backup guide. Their journey combines instinct, memory, and the subtle cues of nature. Fact 71. Underwater rivers exist at the bottom of the ocean, where dense, salty water sinks beneath lighter water, forming channels that flow like rivers through the sea. These underwater currents move slowly, carving paths in the ocean floor and carrying nutrients across great distances. It's a world within a world, hidden beneath the waves. Fact 72. Crystals grow in caves over thousands of years as mineral-rich water drips or flows through stone. Each drop leaves behind tiny layers that slowly build into shimmering formations. The caves that hold these crystals are often silent, cool, and still, perfect conditions for slow, steady growth. Fact 73. The air you breathe today contains molecules that have traveled across continents, oceans, mountains, and forests. Air circulates the planet endlessly, mixing and flowing through every ecosystem. Each breath is connected to the entire history of the Earth's atmosphere. Fact 74. Some volcanic islands rise out of the ocean and then slowly sink back beneath the waves over centuries as the tectonic activity shifts. Entire landscapes can appear and disappear long before humans ever step foot on them. The Earth's surface is constantly changing, even when we can't see it happening. Fact 75. Tree rings record each year of a tree's life, holding information about rainfall, temperature, and even natural disasters. Scientists can read these rings like a diary, learning what the world was like centuries ago. Trees silently carry history inside their trunks. Fact 76. Jellyfish have existed for over 500 million years, drifting through oceans long before fish, dinosaurs, or mammals appeared. Their simple, delicate bodies have survived countless changes to the Earth's climate and ecosystems. Their longevity shows how even fragile creatures can endure. Fact 77. On Saturn's moon, Titan, it rains liquid methane instead of water. Lakes, rivers, and clouds exist there, but they're made of chemicals that would be freezing cold on Earth. Titan is a world that mirrors ours in structure but feels alien and distant. Fact 78. Snowflakes can grow large and fluffy in calm weather, drifting slowly to the ground like feathers. Their gentle descent makes winter storms feel peaceful and dreamlike, softening the landscape. Fact 79. Sound travels faster through water than air, allowing whales and dolphins to communicate across great distances. The ocean becomes a vast network of echoes, songs, and signals, like a language carried by the sea itself. Fact 80. Fireflies create light through a chemical reaction involving oxygen and a molecule called luciferin. Their glowing signals can synchronize across forests, creating waves of soft light. The pulsing glow is nature's version of a calm, living lantern show. Fact 81. The Andromeda Galaxy is visible to the naked eye on dark nights, appearing as a faint smudge in the sky. Even though it is over 2 million light-years away, its light travels across the universe to reach us, offering a reminder of how immense and interconnected space is. Fact 82. Rivers carve valleys and shape landscapes over thousands of years, slowly wearing away rock and soil. Even the mightiest canyons begin as small streams, showing how persistence can transform the world. Fact 83. The moon's gravitational pull creates ocean tides, gently drawing water across the planet in a rhythmic cycle. The tides move with a steady, breathing-like pattern, connecting the ocean to the heavens. Fact 84. Some flowers open only at night, releasing sweet fragrances to attract nocturnal insects. These nighttime blossoms bloom under moonlight, giving certain gardens a quiet, mysterious beauty after dark. Fact 85. Owls fly almost silently due to special feather structures that reduce air turbulence. Their quiet wings allow them to glide through forests unnoticed, making them one of the stealthiest hunters in nature. Fact 86. Fog is simply a cloud that forms close to the ground, made of tiny water droplets suspended in the air. When you walk through fog, you are literally moving through a cloud, surrounded by softness and quiet. Fact 87. Monarch butterflies migrate thousands of miles using cues from the sun and Earth's magnetic field. Their journey spans generations, with descendants continuing the path their ancestors began. Fact 88. Humpback whales use bubble nets to hunt by swimming in spirals and releasing bubbles that trap fish. This coordinated behavior shows their intelligence and cooperation. Fact 89. Many deep-sea creatures are bioluminescent, using their light to communicate, attract mates, or confuse predators. The deep ocean glows with tiny sparks of life. Fact 90. Some deserts haven't seen rain in hundreds of years, yet hardy life forms still survive by gathering moisture from the air. Fact 91. Moss grows in patterns that reveal humidity, sunlight, and age. Old stone walls covered in moss tell silent stories about the passage of time. Fact 92. Jellyfish don't have brains or hearts, but they move with a gentle, pulsating rhythm that has lasted for millions of years. Fact 93. Glaciers move slowly under their own weight, carving valleys and shaping mountains over long periods. Fact 94. Lightning bolts can reach temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun, forming channels of intense energy that last less than a second. Fact 95. Baby sea turtles instinctively move toward the brightest horizon after hatching, usually the shimmering glow of the moonlit ocean. Fact 96. Some trees release chemical warnings when insects attack them, allowing nearby trees to prepare defenses. Fact 97. Coral reefs glow under ultraviolet light because of fluorescent proteins that protect them from sunlight. Fact 98. The sound of steady rain can help lull your brain into deeper stages of sleep by masking sharp noises. Fact 99. The Sahara Desert was once lush with lakes, greenery, and wildlife thousands of years ago. Fact 100. Every heartbeat in your body sends a gentle wave of electrical energy through your muscles, a signal so consistent and reliable that machines can detect it from the surface of your skin. Even as you rest, your heart keeps its quiet rhythm, working without your awareness. This steady pulse has been with you since before you were born and will continue every moment of your life, a soft and constant reminder that your body knows how to care for you, even when your mind is asleep. Fact 101. Frogs can absorb water directly through their skin, using a special patch called a drinking patch. This allows them to stay hydrated without ever needing to find a puddle or stream to drink from. Instead, they simply press their bodies against damp surfaces and let the moisture flow inward. It's a gentle, passive way of surviving, relying on the environment's quiet gifts instead of effort or struggle. Fact 102. Some species of fish create carefully arranged circles in the sandy sea floor, smooth and symmetrical patterns that look like underwater art. These designs are made by male fish hoping to attract a mate, and they can spend days gently fanning sand grains with their fins to perfect each ridge and curve. The finished result is delicate, precise, and beautiful, proof that nature creates artistry even in the darkest ocean floors. Fact 103. A group of jellyfish moving together is called a smack, drifting as if they share one collective mind. Their bodies pulse in slow, steady motions, rising and sinking through the water like a soft, synchronized breath. Watching them move is calming, almost hypnotic, as though time slows down around them. Their movement is a reminder that life doesn't always need haste to be graceful. Fact 104. Trees growing near each other can share water and nutrients through intertwined root systems and underground fungal networks. When one tree struggles, perhaps from drought or poor soil, its neighbors can send extra resources its way, keeping it alive. This hidden cooperation happens quietly, beneath layers of earth, showing that connection and support are part of the natural world's design. Fact 105. Volcanoes exist not only on Earth, but on other planets and moons across the solar system. Some, like those on Jupiter's moon Io, erupt with molten sulfur that paints the landscape in shades of yellow and red. Others release icy vapor instead of lava. These distant volcanoes show that even in places we may never reach, the universe is filled with powerful, quiet processes shaping worlds far beyond our own. Fact 106. Snow can appear blue when it is packed tightly together because the dense ice absorbs red wavelengths of light, allowing mostly blue light to reflect back to your eyes. This gives deep snowbanks a cool, magical glow that seems almost unreal. The deeper the snow, the more vivid the blue becomes, turning winter landscapes into gentle, icy sculptures. Fact 107. Some bats can recognize individual human voices, remembering the tone, rhythm, and pitch long after hearing them. Their hearing is so sensitive that they can distinguish subtle differences most humans can't detect. Despite living in darkness, they navigate a world filled with sound, storing memories of voices just as we recall familiar faces. Fact 108. Many deep-sea fish glow with natural light created by bacteria living within their bodies. The glow may help them attract prey, warn predators, or communicate with their own kind. In the pitch-black depths where sunlight never reaches, these glowing bodies drift like stars in an underwater sky. Their soft lights turn darkness into something peaceful rather than frightening. Fact 109. A rainbow isn't just an arc in the sky. It is actually a full circle of color. We usually see only the top half because the earth blocks the bottom half from view. From high places like airplanes, people can sometimes see the entire circle, floating like a glowing ring made of light and water. Rainbows are more complete and more beautiful than we can usually see from the ground. Fact 110. Some animals sleep in very short bursts, resting for only minutes at a time throughout the day and night. These small pockets of sleep add up, giving them the rest they need without ever fully shutting down. Their brains drift in and out of awareness, balancing survival with rest in a delicate, natural rhythm. Fact 111. Sea stars, often called starfish, move using hundreds of tiny tube feet that extend and retract under their bodies. Each foot works independently, yet together they move with slow, steady coordination. This subtle movement is silent and soft, barely noticeable unless you watch closely. Their gentle, gliding motion mirrors the calmness of the ocean floor. Fact 112. Butterflies navigate thousands of miles during migration by sensing Earth's magnetic field and tracking the position of the sun. Even with brains smaller than a grain of rice, they can find their way across entire continents. Their journey is delicate but determined, carried by instincts refined over generations. Their flight reminds us that even small beings are capable of great distances. Fact 113. A single oak tree can sustain hundreds of species. Birds nesting in its branches, insects feeding on its leaves, fungi connecting with its roots, and small mammals sheltering in its hollow spaces. Over the decades, it becomes an entire ecosystem, supporting more life than we can easily imagine. One tree can be a world of its own. Fact 114. Lightning often strikes the same location repeatedly, especially tall objects like towers and trees. This happens because lightning follows the path of least resistance, returning to places where it has already carved a conductive channel through the air. Even nature forms habits, following familiar paths again and again. Fact 115. Polar bears have black skin beneath their white fur which helps them absorb warmth from the sun in the icy Arctic. Their fur is not actually white. It's transparent and hollow, reflecting light in a way that makes it appear snowy. This combination of black skin and light-reflecting fur keeps them warm, even in the coldest conditions. Fact 116. Some lakes freeze from the bottom up when layers of water with different salt levels prevent normal freezing patterns. Trapped beneath the ice, ancient layers of water can remain untouched for centuries. These rare lakes hold stories of climates long past, preserved quietly beneath frozen surfaces. Fact 117. Squirrels bury far more nuts than they will ever recover, and many of the forgotten ones eventually sprout into new trees. Entire forests can develop from the absent-minded habits of squirrels. Their forgetfulness becomes a gift to the landscape, turning simple actions into long-lasting growth. Fact 118. Massive mountain ranges exist beneath the ocean, some taller than anything on land. These submerged peaks rise from the sea floor in dark, silent expanses where few creatures roam, slowly formed by volcanic activity and shifting tectonic plates. They are reminders that most of Earth's features are hidden beneath the waves. Fact 119. Fire moves uphill faster than downhill because rising heat pre-warms the vegetation above it, creating a path of least resistance. This natural behavior shapes the patterns of wildfires, making uphill slopes vulnerable despite its destructive power. Fire is also part of the renewal cycle in many ecosystems, clearing old growth to make way for the new. Fact 120. Raindrops are not teardrop-shaped when falling. Instead, they are round or slightly flattened due to air pressure. The classic teardrop shape appears only in cartoons and drawings. Real raindrops form perfect little spheres that drift downward, catching reflections of the world around them as they fall. And as you drift deeper into rest, I want to thank you for spending this time here with me. If you enjoyed these peaceful facts and want more videos designed to help you unwind, relax, and fall asleep a little easier, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It helps this space grow, and it makes sure you don't miss the next time we sit together like this. If you'd like to support the channel even more, you can tap the like button or turn on the notification bell so new videos find you gently whenever you need them. For now, let go of the day, breathe softly, and allow sleep to take you wherever it needs to. Good night.